Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. I am sure majority of you are seeing a lot of video coming out over everything going on. So white people are also coming out to talk about how they are being affected, their farms, their jobs, construction, those that are also in construction. Literally everybody is going to be affected by this, right? So they are making videos calling Agent Orange to leave the people that he is deporting because they are hardworking people and they are the ones doing things, making things happen when it comes to work. That at this point in time, they are not able to do anything. Why? Because they do not have anybody to work. Why is he speaking up now? You all had the opportunity to make things right in November, but you all said no. It is affecting you. That's why you came out to make the video and you are addressing it to the president. And you think that man will look at you and say, yeah, my own people have spoken. Let me turn back the hands of clock. It ain't happen. It's not going to happen. Get that into your skull. You all knew. You all knew. Now they are coming out to scream they're hardworking. We know they are hardworking. What did you do from the onset to stop all these things happening? And let me tell you something. These people are speaking up not because it's but it is because they cannot finish some of the works and all the jobs that they are supposed to finish because the Latinos are no longer working. Let's get into this video.
So I really didn't want to do a video on this, but I've been asked by quite a few people what I thought about the immigration stuff happening at job sites all around the state of Florida, here in Tampa, Tallahassee. I've seen it everywhere. I've seen a lot of the videos, and it seems like a lot of people are just yelling and they're mad. I don't understand why this is happening. I don't understand it either. It's not what I voted for. I voted for the criminals to be removed, 100%. But there are a lot of hardworking immigrants in this country that are building this country. Going back to when I started building the Hard Rock, 85% probably immigrants, all hardworking people providing for their families. Talk to them, get to see their kids on their phones, hear them all interact, have great days, loving what they do. I've been to the trade schools here in Tampa. I don't see how we fill these positions. It's going to cause construction to collapse here. It worries me. I'm in a good position right now with the 2 custom homes I have coming up this year, but ultimately the shoes are not going to be filled by these people getting rushed out of here. So I'm not going to copy everybody else on this video here. I've got a solution. The solution, President Trump, is to not deport these gentlemen right away, these hardworking gentlemen and women that have been removed from these job sites. Get them legal status somehow, under a work visa, background check them, do whatever you need to do to make sure they're not criminals, but let's get them legalized in a rushed form or fashion. That's what needs to happen. That's the right thing to do if you care about America. It's the right thing to do because construction is the biggest industry. I'm sorry, healthcare. But we all know I won't go to health. I don't do that here. Construction is the biggest industry in this country. And you're ripping the people out of it. Robots are not coming soon enough to build this stuff. You can only build so many 3D printed homes, and they need people there to manage those too. So Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, the solution, not the problem. We all know what the problem is. The solution is to not deport them. Get them legalized as soon as possible with the proper background checks. If they have to go, they have to go. But these are hardworking people that are building this country to provide for their families. There's enough craziness going on in this world. We don't need it here as much as it's happening with good people being removed. Dishwashers and stuff in other cities. It's sad. It's sad. It makes me sick. But that's the solution, President Trump. I'm not going to sit here and cry about it, but that's the solution. Do what's right for America. Please, I'm begging you. Honest Hammer is begging you. Do what's right for this country. We need the hard workers here. Hope he sees it. There are a lot of hardworking immigrants in this country that are building this.
And you voted against every single solitary one of them. You did. You have a construction company filled with all these hardworking immigrants, yet you voted for the guy that literally started off his run to the White House in 2015 by demonizing some of those same people. It can happen to you. You're one of those "it can happen to you" type voters, aren't you? You're perfectly okay with cruelty as long as it doesn't happen to you. But when it happens to you, it's a problem now. Listen, let me get one thing straight, okay? Men like yourself, men like you, have always been a detriment to forward progress in this country. A lot of people won't tell you that, but I will. It is your selfish nature that continues to haunt all of us. All of us. Quick question. You hired all these hardworking people. Did you think they were criminals? So then why in the fuck would you vote against them? And now it has happened to you. Now there's a problem. Now there's a problem. Do you understand? Your xenophobia pales in comparison to the xenophobia of one Stephen Miller, who has been at Trump's side since 2015, 2016, when he won the first time. And Stephen Miller doesn't like brown people. He's not very fond of black folks either, but he doesn't like brown people. He doesn't like people speaking Spanish. Stephen Miller has made no secret of this. None. He is part of the architecture that is Project 2025. He probably helped to draft Agenda 47. I would not be surprised if he did. And it is Stephen Miller's immigration policy that has hurt you. The quickest and easiest way to make sure Stephen Miller doesn't mess with your business is to make sure that Stephen Miller isn't anywhere near the levers of power. But again, this is why men like you are the detriment to the rest of us. It's your selfish nature, buddy. Pretty sure you call yourself a Christian, wanting brown people kicked out of here, and then electing somebody that doesn't like brown people at all, who has somebody on his staff who definitely doesn't like brown people at all. Not very Christ-like, is it? And the only reason you even making these videos is because it hit you. The selfishness is what keeps us back. The selfishness. You are now reckoning with the choices you made in defense of somebody who told you exactly what he was going to do, and who has somebody on his staff who definitely told you what he was going to do. He wrote it down in a book, and the only reason you care is because it affected you. You understand there's a reason that the voting populace has wrote off white men completely. Oh, sure, the Republican and Democratic Party will cater to you. They will. Don't get me wrong. They'll listen to your concerns. They will make policies that benefit you. But the rest of us, we don't depend on y'all for shit. Because at the end of the day, it will be about your interest as opposed to everyone else's. Stephen Miller does not like brown people. If you speak a lick of Spanish, he wants you gone. He has been saying this for 10 years. He has been saying this to Donald Trump for 10 years. And then Donald Trump, being the useful puppet that he is, goes up and repeats it. And here you are. Yeah, build that wall. And then you realize that your business, the one that you make money off of, the one that you feed your family with, is made up of a lot of immigrants. Like you said, hardworking people that are building things. You might as well have just looked at all of them and said, hey, you know, I don't like none of you. All of you got to go. You said that with your vote. You damn sure did. Trump hasn't changed. How much support did you give him? Did you vote for him all 3 times? Or did you just vote him for the last 2 or the first 2 or what have you? You look like an all 3 times kind of guy. And now you make videos complaining about the policies put in place by the guy you voted for. You even said it. I didn't vote for this. Oh, yes, you did. Oh, yes, you did. You only care now because them pockets got hit. You and all your other construction friends who probably all voted Republican, probably all supported Donald Trump, and now all of you are hurting. I didn't vote for this. Oh, yes, you did. Yes, you did. You did. So here is a moment of reflection. I'm pretty sure you won't do it, but here's a moment of reflection. That self-made man shit should be buried on one of your construction sites, because no one does anything alone. If you genuinely care about the men and women that work for you, you will realize that you are not self-made. You had help, a collective thought process, if you will. And then you will take more reflection and see whether or not those values that you love so much, the ones that I'm pretty sure probably come from the Bible, that Jesus guy, try living more like him. Instead of living more like the evangelical warrior Jesus, who slays and kills, doesn't care. Think about your family's welfare. Think about the money that you use to pay your bills and things of that nature. Now ask yourself this question. How easy would it been for you to do all of this without those same people you voted against? If at the end of this you think you still are a self-made man and you did this all on your own and this, that, and the third, and that's fine. I wish you good fortune in the bankruptcies to come. But if, at the end of this, you suddenly realize that the criminals that you want out and the hard-working people that you want in are the same to one person or 2 people, maybe you won't vote for them. Either way, as we always have said since November 5th of 2024, you got exactly what you voted for. Good job.
I voted for Donald Trump, and that is something that I am not proud of.
So now that you've come to the realization that Donald Trump is a horrible human being, which is exactly what we've been saying about this man since 2015. Now you've come to the realization that he is bad for the country. He's bad for everything. Now that that has come out and you are regretting it, I want you to be honest with me. There will be no judgment, because at this point the cat's out of the bag. You voted for the guy, I'm guessing 3 times, and now you realize exactly what we've been saying about him was absolutely true. So that ship has sailed. It sailed. But I really want you to simply admit something to me. At the heart of this, you say it was economics, and that you didn't realize he was going to be so bad until it actually touched you, which that's usually how it works. Nobody understands that something is going to be painful until it touches you. But if there had been an inkling that any of his so-called policies, which basically just amount to executive orders and that's it, if they had done any good for you and your family, would you still regret your vote? It's a simple question. I could ask you the race question, but I mean, then again, why? Why? What would be the point of even having that conversation? But would you be saying this if Donald Trump's policies hadn't touched you personally? You see, for far too long, especially since 2015, we have seen these regret Trump videos coming up. They're all over X, gonna give it to you into Twitter. They're all over Instagram. They're all over the place. But it is only when it touches you. The only time people seem to regret voting for a man who was, completely ill-prepared for the job of President of the United States, it's only when it touches them that they realize they probably shouldn't have voted for him. Not before, after. How many times did you vote for Donald Trump with the knowledge that the policies he's going to put in place weren't going to touch you? You were going to be fine, economically or what have you. When was the first inkling that you voted for Donald Trump? I mean, when was the first indication that the vote that you gave to Donald Trump was probably bad? Was it the kids in cages? Was it the shithole countries? Was it any of that? Or was it simply when those policies touched you that you suddenly realized how bad they were? Now again, I'm not here to judge you. I haven't liked Donald Trump since 1989. I have been steadfast in that. Nothing he has said, no rappers that have given him props, none of that has ever changed the fact that I have not liked that man since the summer before my senior year of high school. So when he started running for president, it was already an instant no just because of that. And then I started to listen as he promised so many different things to so many different people and achieved none of it in his first term as president. Then C-19 happened. Then the protest for the death of George Floyd happened. Then January 6th happened. And all it did was strengthen my resolve to never vote for that man, even if he was the only one running for anything. So when 2020 came around, you're damn right I voted for somebody other than him. Just like I did in 2016, and just like I did in 2024. So When was your revelation? Because, again, no judgment. If you say it was after some of his policies touched you, you will get no judgment. Because that's what I'm used to hearing from people that regret voting for him. Kids in cages, yeah. UV lights up your ass and drink bleach, none of that moved you. His racist attitudes, his sexist comments, the locker room talk, none of that bothered me. So again, this ain't no judgment. I just want to know, when was this revelation? That's all. I'm just asking, when was that revelation? Because, and I want you to think about your answer critically. That means everything he did to other people, you were okay with. That's why it's not going to be a tough road. The anger isn't coming simply because, oh wow, I now realize how bad of a person he is. It's coming because of the timing. How many people were harmed, hurt, or passed away under this man's administration, and it didn't move you? Not one time. You never shed a tear for those children that were separated and put in cages. How many times did you say, lock her up? How many times? Because that is the part you have to live with. You only cared when it touched you, not when it touched others. You only cared when it touched you. And subsequently, who's to say you won't do this again? The next charismatic populist with no policies whatsoever but a whole lot of Americana, flags and cowboy boots and Star-Spangled Awesome with eagles holding on to AR-15s. Who's to say you won't do this again? Are you truly ready to fight for human rights, or are you simply here until a better version of Trump comes along? Nobody's mad that you voted for that man. Nobody's mad that you regret the vote that you had for that man. We're just asking about the timing. And what did it take for you to make this change? And again, no judgment. You say, hey, I didn't care until it touched me. Not gonna bat an eye. But I am going to side-eye you, though. Because that means that you voted for him selfishly. And you didn't care until it touched you and your family. So this regret, is it truly regret? Or is it kind of like a guy that gets caught cheating? You're not mad that somebody found out. You're not mad that you were cheating. You're mad that you got caught. I genuinely want you to think about that.
I got from this video, and you and I know that these people are making this video because some certain things are affecting them. Like the man said, that they are deporting the hardworking ones because people that are supposed to be working for him are no longer working because they are running away. They don't show up again because if they do, they will be deported. So he made the video and said, I hope he gets to say it. Like, how do you expect that man to say it? Because he is a Pe0ple. How do you expect him to say it? And you think he wasn't specific when he said that he is going to deport. He was very specific with what he wanted, and he made it very clear that he was going to do it. And at the moment, he is doing what he said he was going to do. So if you people wanted to change things or make things better, you would not have done what You did by voting for him. Some said we thought that it was just one of those words that never happens. Like one of those words that you did not take that man serious. How did you not? My people already knew that it was going to happen. That is how bad you people are with knowing what is happening to you, how it's happening, who you should trust and who you shouldn't trust. You all are not sensitive. And it's kind of sad that, like, you all have lived, you are Americans, but you don't know what is happening to you. You don't know who is for you. But I understand because you all said, as long as it's this person, you do not have a problem. So you did not even want someone that looked like me or any other person to be in that position. Because to you, you are like, okay, if they get into that position again, it means they are the one that will be pioneering everything. So we do not want to be the minority according to them. The fact that they are talking about people that will do the right thing for everybody, and they are talking about how they do not want to be the minority. So how do you think these people have your best interest at heart? Some people really do not understand that these people know what they are doing. Now they are regretting the vote, because why would you be regretting it? You made it clear that is what you wanted. Like I have been saying, this is a very teachable moment for Latinos, because they thought that they were going to save them, the people they wanted to align with. You wanted to align with them, but you cannot call them to save you because they have not been in that fight with you. According to you, this is not my word, this is your word. So you knew. You knew that they haven't been there for you, but the black people that have been there for you, you never helped, or you never see them as people that have been helping. Where you guys are going is very far.